fellow wanderers, it's Faye with Lost and Wandering. I apologize for how shaky this camera is going to be, but deal with it. My last video I was talking about life updates and witchy haul or whatever, and I briefly kind of went over this, but I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about a couple things. Sorry, I have a message on Facebook. There's another haul, like, that kind of requires its own video, but it's not going to be its own video. But I did want to briefly, before I get into it, go over Charlie Nichols from CHARLIESAYSGO, Wild Witch Workbook, a bullet journal and day planner for witches. Can I not? I can't. Why? What is that? What does this do? What does this button do? Does it do anything? That button doesn't do anything. That's so weird. There's like a random button that doesn't really do anything. Anyways, I wish I could flip my camera. I can't. But here. It's retarded. This is the Wild Witch Workbook, a bullet journal and day planner for witches. It's kind of funny because I was gonna do something for myself like this, not that long ago, but on a lunar calendar year. Sorry, Oscar wanted to come in here with me, so he's there, and I'm trying to like avoid hitting his face. So she did this, but she didn't do the lunar year, but she did the lunar phases and stuff. But the first supplement is basically just like how this thing works, things that are in it, the index, which apparently is a thing for a bullet journal. She gave you a really big index, and then a future log, which I haven't really made much use of because I prefer the month thing. And then she gives you a 2016 releasing ritual, which I have yet to do, and a 2017 welcoming ritual, which again I have yet to do. Then reference sheets for like other things, like chores. Or no, your goals. So she has like it all set up by different things, which I've made obviously I've made major use for. And then time to dream big. So basically what I did here was I wrote a journal entry as if it's the end of this year already, and just reminiscing over all the great things that have happened this year. That's not how it's really set up. It basically just tells you to imagine your life if it was perfect. I decided to dream a little closer, just a little bit, to like dream how the perfect year would go. Talks about what the fuck is a wig. She goes over that. It's like wildly important goal, I think is what she said it was. It's really cool. And then how I want to feel. This is really, really cool. But my favorite part of this is the whiteboard. I went ahead and laminated my whiteboard. She didn't. She says that what she does is she like puts post-it notes and stuff, but I laminated my whiteboard and I got wet erase markers, and I basically write all of my like ideas for things I want to go over with my pagan friends that like I want to do collabs with, or ideas for you know, YouTube videos, and anything else that I want to do that's going to bring some sort of creation. And then she gives you a reading list. I think this is what I showed you. I don't know. And it's really long. She's got like all these facts about reading right here. She has all these empty like pages, so I've been filling them up with art because I can't handle that. this is a reference sheet about the daily draw sheet. So these are in the monthly supplemental packets. Every day you have a draw sheet, so you can draw a card and find out like what the day is supposed to bring, or answer a question that you think is really important and whether or not it like applies to you here. This is supposed to be your morning and evening ritual. I still haven't done that yet. And I obviously used the wrong kind of pen because I bled through. These are actually very thick pieces of paper. Baba Yaga's house and magical housekeeping. I need to tape these and then redo them because my disc hole punch strategy needs some work. I still haven't done these yet, but this is supposed to be like chores and stuff that you want to do, and you schedule them out by like as needed, daily, whatever. Meal planning. She basically gives you an example for meal planning. So she basically does everything for you. It's basically a bullet journal, but she does everything for you. And then here I created my own spread. I went ahead and I bought like some tulle bullet paper, and I made my own financial goals spread specifically for my my modules that I want to do for what do you call it? Travel agent thing. And then more about Wild Witch, and then it's the January spreads for everything else, social, witchy, whatever, and then bills. And then my wildly important goal for the month, and then my habit tracker, which as you can see I don't really do much, but I do fill it in as often as I can. And then here I'll give you an example of what like the day. I fill in like a lot of these with like, okay, so for meal planning, for example, here, this is how the week starts actually. So the week starts like this, and it's just kind of like a overview of the entire week, things that are important. So far, the only thing that I have is a 2 p.m. phone appointment with my spiritual empowerment coach. Or not really coach. I haven't decided if I'm going to go with her yet, but I have an appointment with her on Tuesday. And then it goes into meal planning. So what I basically do is I go and I write all the recipes down because I want it all in one place, and then I put the recipes where I want them to go for that week, and then I use the recipes to do my shopping list. And on top of that, now I have a week's worth of recipes that I can reuse at any point in time. This is probably, when I'm done with it, is probably going to go in the back of the book over here with all this other crap. And when I don't feel like looking up something new or trying something new, or I find out that I have like a lot of something else, I will probably reuse these recipes. I may reuse the entire week, or I may reuse just one recipe. So there's the shopping list, and then again I need to fill up this space because I can't stand the blank pages. But over here, this is for Monday, January 9th. This is what the daily thing looks like. It's scheduled out from 4 a.m. to 11 p.m. And then here she has like moon phases and important things like that. Normally over here it will tell you like if Mercury's in retrograde, things like that. A to-do list, important things, water intake, and important reminders, and then whether or not you exercised, what you did, morning gratitude, notes throughout the day, evening gratitude, and then if you did any spells or rituals, which I'm also going to create a spread for any spells that I do to track their progress. And then this is a dream spread, so you write down like all your dreams. If you had a dream, what it's about, whether you think it's important. It's very, very in-depth and intuitive, and she's a Virgo moon, so this really appeals to me. And then the daily draw page, and then the journal and brain dump, which she gives you plenty of space. To this day I've yet to like go to the back page, but yeah, so that's what the entire thing kind of looks like. It's basically that repeated. It's that it's like from this point, sorry, from this point to this point, it's the same every day, and then the other thing is weekly. It also, they usually have, she usually has like a astrological forecast for, I think it's a monthly astrological forecast, and a weekly spread, card spread, so you can figure out what your cards are like. I also use these other pages to fill in any notes, so any notes that I take over the course of my reading list and stuff will go in here, and I'll probably save that in something separate later. But basically what I've done is this is my, oh shit. This is my book of mirrors for the year. At the end of the year, I'm going to decide if I want to keep doing it, but I'm going to stick it out for this year. It's a lot of in-depth stuff, but with as much spiritual growth as I've been going through, sorry, I've been talking to you this whole time, but with as much spiritual growth, also this is my cover, which I really like, with as much spiritual growth as I've been going through this last year, I think it's really important to document it and to have a tool that helps me incorporate all the things that are really important. Now, I was going to do this as just a short fucking video where I kind of briefly go over this and kind of advertise it for Charlie, but I guess it's going to be like a full thing. I highly recommend this. I think it's really, really great. You don't even have to use everything, but if you want to incorporate, like, let's say you really want to get into tarot and you want to document and track how accurate your readings are, things like that, or your dreams or your intuitive hits, things like that. She is very, very, very thorough with this. The monthly habit tracker itself is just remarkable and amazing. I'm sticking with her monthly habit tracker here for this month, but I might add to it because there's some things on it that aren't on it that I would like to track. I can't think of anything right now, but I do know that there were some things that I wanted to track. So that's everything. I was gonna do another video on something else, but at this point it's gonna be longer, so I guess it's gonna be 3 videos today. Enjoy them. I don't know when I will next post, but keep a lookout for me. I love you guys. Keep on wandering. Bye.